Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. We're now joined by sophomores Kayla Antle and Kiersten Tinkoff. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Kiersten, we'll start with you. So obviously a great season. You guys weren't the last one standing in the regionals, but still you got to be pleased with the way this team went, especially with so many young athletes on the roster.
I think we all worked really hard this season and had a lot of fun, so it was exciting to get as far as we got.
Was it a little bit a payback for you guys when you got into that regional tournament? Because you guys in the conference tournament weren't able to notch a win, so when you got in, were you guys ready to prove yourselves?
I think once we found out that we were back in, we were all raring to go, excited to play.
Kayla, what was that feeling like when you guys, you come home after the conference tournament? Obviously, you guys are disappointed, but when you find out from coach that you guys are in the regionals, what's the feeling like among the team?
We were very excited. It was kind of like a rebirth. We kind of all thought our season was over, and then we got word on Monday that we were going back to the regional tournament, and we were all very excited. And
so once you guys get all fired up and stuff like that, when the team finally gets there and you guys get those first couple of wins, when does it start clicking like, hey, maybe we can win this thing?
I think that clicked right when we got in, or right when we found out that we got in. Practice on Monday was high energy the whole week. We had really good practices, and we went into it knowing that we wanted to win. And then once we started, it just kept going from there.
And obviously the wins were coming early on in the season, Kiersten. I mean, you guys notched a number of wins to start off. People were wondering, could this team even go undefeated? I'm sure you guys, maybe in the back of your mind, thought that too. But what did that role for you guys to start the season? How did that sort of get you guys going and really carry on the rest of the year?
I think after Florida, everyone was just like, holy cow, this is real. Like, we're actually going to be something. So when we got back, we were just, everyone wanted to win and play as hard as we could. So that's what we did.
And the last time we had you guys on the show, we had Vlasta and Taylor talking about that Florida trip, how it really seemed to build camaraderie and really get the team, meshed well together. How did that Florida trip, get you guys started off on the right foot?
I think everyone just being together and spending all that time together that entire week was just all team bonding time and all fun time, but still softball oriented. So we still had to get into the game mode as well as have fun with each other and be friends and do all that kind of stuff. So.
And Kayla, you were part of this team last year. Obviously, you guys don't lose that many seniors. Mary Karen in particular was one of the senior leaders that left. But not coming into the year with any seniors, who were some of the leaders you guys looked to as a team?
Well, Taylor and V were our captains, so we definitely looked to them. But I think that all of us stepped up in our own roles, and we all had a part in our team's success. And I think that the new people who came in really contributed too. We had a great team last year that we all got along really well, and the new people fit in just perfectly, and we had really great team camaraderie.
And what do you think the biggest difference on the field between last year's team and this year's team was? I mean, besides the success, obviously, but what do you think this team was doing a little bit better that they weren't doing last year?
I think it just all comes from the pressure. As Coach said earlier, it's like self-inflicted pressure, and we kind of took that off of ourselves this year and just tried to have fun, and we did have fun with each other on and off the field. And
on the field, you guys obviously were excelling. Kiersten, you, particularly in the batter's box, you led the team in batting average, slugging percentage. Did you even know that, though? Do you guys even look at stats during the year?
Coach always asks if we look at stats. I personally don't. I don't want to get too caught up in my stats. I'd rather just go out there and have fun and do as well as I can. So I really didn't take a look at anything like that.
And being a transfer from Whitewater University, coming into North Central, so new girl on the block, I guess. So how did this team sort of welcome you in with open arms and really make you feel a part of the Cardinal family?
Right when I stepped in, I felt like I was a part of this team. Every team says that they want to be a family and they want to do this and they want to do that, but nothing is like a family like North Central. Like, we love each other just like sisters. It's crazy how well I fit in and all that good stuff. So.
Was it a little weird heading back to Whitewater for the regionals?
Yep, it was definitely not so fun, but
well,
it's all right.
You're with the Cardinal family now, and Kayla, you guys welcomed her in, but obviously you guys are going to be welcoming in more freshmen next year. What are you guys, as now veterans, I mean, you're only a sophomore, you'll be a junior next year, but you're now an upperclassman. What are you guys going to hope to teach them from this season that will carry on?
I think it's just important to teach them that it's the same game. There's no pressure. You've played this game your whole life, and it's not changing. So it's just about having fun and going out there and doing the best you can.
And with that mentality, do you think that's the reason you guys had some of the success with such a young squad? I mean, sophomores, freshmen in the lineup, dominating the lineup. Really, only 2 juniors in this lineup. Mm-hmm. Do you think sort of that mentality is the reason you guys were able to click and fire on all cylinders?
I think it definitely helped. That with how well we get along and how hard we all work, it all just kind of came together.
And obviously, Kiersten, this coaching staff puts in a lot of work. I mean, their work isn't done. They're going to be out there recruiting and everything. What has Coach Kalawiak and his staff, done to make this team great, and not only, for you as a transfer, but, all the Cardinals?
They really mean everything to us. They put in so much effort and so much time. We appreciate every minute of it. I don't think we get the opportunity to tell them how much we do, but we really do. I mean, they're constantly helping us. Coach Holly will be in there helping us till she's blue in the face. Coach K will be getting us ready to go and raring for games. Coach TK will be pitching us soft toss until his arm falls off. And everyone's just so excited about this program and really helps. It's awesome.
And how does it benefit you guys as current players to have former Cardinal players being on the coaching staff, because they've been in your shoes before, or cleats before?
Honestly, that's my favorite part. I love that they're there, like Shram and Coach E and Coach Holly, having those people there, knowing that they have experienced what we're experiencing right now, and knowing that we can trust them and what they're saying is really important. Got us excited. And
you guys obviously have built your experience, and Kayla, some of that experience has been obviously battles within the CCIW. Great teams against you guys in Carthage, Illinois, Wesleyan, Augie. You guys know that even though this team is going to return most of its players, the fight isn't over in this conference, it seems like.
No, definitely. They're all really good teams. Even the teams that aren't at the top of the conference, they're still really tough competition, and you always have to play your best game if you want to win.
So what was it like for you guys when finally you were able to get those wins against the Titans and Carthage in the regional tournament, when you guys weren't able to do that in conference?
It was very exciting. When we played them early in the year, we just didn't, play to the best of our ability. And when we finally had our last shot, we had our rebirth at regionals, and we really went at them.
And one person who's been going at them all year is Lastamanja. I mean, you got to admit the way she's been pitching has been unreal, Kiersten. She breaks the school record. What has she meant when she's in the circle for you guys this year?
She's a total leader on the mound. You can tell that she's just completely focused on pitching, and that's her sole purpose. And that's really good to know that you have someone in the mound who can just focus on pitching and keep that mind frame healthy and positive and go out and do her best.
And she's really not only been getting it done with the ball in her hand, but with the bat in her hands as well. I mean, you're obviously up there in a lot of the categories, but Lasa's not too far behind in almost every offensive category. What's it like having somebody who you're not going to only rely on pitching, but behind you in the lineup as well?
It's interesting to know that she can do both sides of the coin, and that's something that we can all look up to and something that we can all strive for, to have both sides of the coin, defense and offense, to a T.
And defensively, it's got to be nice knowing that every position hopefully will be returning you at the hot corner, Kayla. I mean, what's that been like for you, sort of, trying to command the defense in the infield when you guys know that obviously a lot of you guys will be back next year?
It's nice to know that we're going to be all returning, because I think a lot of our defense comes from we trust each other. We trust that when a ball's hit somewhere that the play is going to be made, and we know where each other is going to be at all times. So it's nice to have a returning defense and kind of know the way that people are going to play.
And it seems like communication is key for this team. And, whenever we were at games, we'd see you guys, when a batter steps in the box, you know what she did last time. You're saying where you're going with the ball. This team really thrives on communication, it seems like, whether it's in the field or in the batter's box.
Right. I think that all starts with the coaches, too. They help us a large amount with, knowing where the ball was hit before and knowing what batters do. But it kind of came to the point where I could look at Sess and we could just make eye contact and know what each other was doing, what we were thinking, because we do communicate so often.
Well, the communication paid off, and congratulations on a great season. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Keep it right here, because when we return, we welcome in North Cenrtal College Sports Information Director Clark Tuscher and break down other Cardinal sports and actions. We'll be right back.